Merry Christmas.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Wheel of Horror Christmas Edition, the podcast where two best friends spin a wheel every day leading up to Christmas. It chooses the movie and they discuss it. Today we're talking about the 2000 film How the Grinch Stole Christmas, which was directed by Ron Howard. I am your co-host Alec,
I'm Erik.
and damn, dude, I forgot how
Yeah.
cool. This is a fun movie. I forgot how cool this was.
Ron Howard. Ron Howard.
Ron Howard, guys. I'm here to talk about movies. Yeah, what a guy. What a guy. He's had a hell of a career. I was thinking about Ron Howard actually while I was watching this, and I was like, he's been acting since he was what, like 5 years old probably.
Yeah.
So his whole, and he's a director. Now he's definitely known for being a director, but he was in Happy Days and the Andy Griffith Show, yeah.
Yeah, I think he's definitely known for Happy Days more than anything.
But well, no, I think he's probably known for being a director now more than anything.
Yeah, Da Vinci Code.
Dude,
Couple movies. I'd say Happy Days is his.
Are you kidding me?
His claim to fame.
You're kidding though, right?
I don't know. I mean, you ask anyone who reads AARP, they're like, yeah, he's from Happy Days.
Okay, he directed Cinderella Man, The Da Vinci Code, Beautiful Mind, Frost Nixon. He's had Apollo 13. He's had a pretty good career, dude.
Happy Days.
Okay.
Happy Days.
Anyways, yeah. I disagree with that. But I was going to say, he just learned being on sets all the time. Like, this is what a director does. This is what a set looks like. This is how you operate a set. It's kind of like Jason Bateman, just like being on set your whole time. He's just like, you
learn by doing. Learn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's pretty cool.
Anyway. I think he teaches one of those master classes. You know how they're like, hey, this person teaches comedy. This person teaches screenwriting. I think he has one on directing.
Well, no, he teaches the master class on how to take over projects when people have creative differences.
Like Solo.
Yeah, he's like, I can come in and fix that. Like, but no, he really does have a great eye. I mean, this movie was.
It felt like a Dr. Seuss movie. You know, you kick off the movie and it's a snowflake. I was like, oh, I like that idea. It's like a microscopic town. You see all like the Cirque du Soleil people on doing like the tuba and like the bicycles, and it's like that's what when you think of Dr. Seuss, you think all these like extravagant bicycles and whimsical looking hats and stuff. And
yeah,
I think he nailed it at the opening scene.
Well, the set designer, whoever did the costumes and the set for this,
makeup,
is like
all of it. I think it won an Oscar for best makeup. Well deserved.
Oh, it did. You're right. It won the Academy for best makeup, and it got nominated for best art direction and best costume design. Okay, yeah, that makes sense because this is just like beautiful to look at. It's fun to look at. There's
vivid colors, very good like wintry colors. It's really nice.
Yeah, so much attention to detail, and the entire movie is Jim Carrey though.
Yeah.
What a good role for him.
Yeah. I mean, not to get into his hatred for this role as
did
much,
he?
but
did he?
Oh, dude, he hated it.
Okay.
I mean, he's glad, he's proud of it. He's proud of it now, but he was miserable in the latex and the contact lenses, and he was a real Grinch about being the Grinch. I'm sure. I'll read this real quick. This trivia. According to Rick Baker, the prosthetic makeup Jim Carrey wore took about 2 hours to apply and 1 hour to remove. Doesn't sound that bad. It is rumored that Carrey felt so confined and uncomfortable in the latex skin that he sought counseling from a CIA agent who taught him torture resistance techniques 92 days in Grinch makeup.
What?
It was 92 days in Grinch makeup, and his eye contacts, they had the CGI at one point. He said, I couldn't do it.
All right, the contacts I can see that being okay. That's one thing, but the makeup and stuff like that, like that's what you signed up for.
Yeah, but you gotta think like you're in a hot set, you're covered in yak hair, and it's like I get why it sucks, but it's like, hey, I got this role, I'm getting paid millions of dollars to play it. It's only 2 hours. I'm pretty sure Boris Karloff had like 8 hours of makeup.
Dude, look at like Lord of the Rings or Freddy Krueger. Those guys had hours.
Doug Jones sits in the chair all day for his makeup for a 2-hour scene.
Yeah, that's annoying that he can play. I mean, he must have gotten probably like $10 million from doing this movie, and you're gonna be like, oh, it took 2 hours to put the makeup on.
Pretty sure he like the guy who won like the best makeup Oscar retired after this because he's like, I'm just done with the Hollywood people getting all pissy wissy with me in the makeup chair.
Jeez.
Yeah, I don't think Jim Carrey was like the kindest. From what rumored it was, I heard the girl who plays Cindy Lou, Taylor Momsen, loved working with Jim Carrey. Said he was a sweetheart on set, but I'm sure like the makeup chair, I could just kind of picture it like do we need all this yak makeup? Do we need all this and like stuff like that?
This is in 2000, so he had just come off of the Man on the Moon, where he, that whole Andy Kaufman movie where he was in.
Right, he wasn't deep in that movie, dude. He was in
Right.
like real method acting.
Yeah, so like that kind of makes sense. It's all around that time that he was probably just like, I don't know. And then this is kind of the end of Jim Carrey as we know him. The 90s Jim Carrey's done. You got
Yeah,
this, then you've got Bruce Almighty, and then it just starts to like trickle away
it
from him.
unravels a bit. Yeah,
Yeah.
he was. I mean, this is the second time seeing him in like a green suit. I mean, he was the Mask.
The Riddler.
Oh yeah, that's another green character for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it is interesting though. I still think even if he hates this, I don't know anything about this movie besides, the movie itself, but he was so good. He's the reason I like the movie, I think. I think it was a different actor. Like the plot's fine and it's kind of a long movie to be honest with you.
Hmm.
But having Jim Carrey's character, it just makes it funnier. It makes everything funnier, every line.
Yeah, and he adds like this hint of Sean Connery to the Grinch, where I don't want it. Like
Mm,
it's like a mean Sean Connery. It has that like depth to it, and it's kind of like
yeah,
he invented that Grinch voice.
kind
Like,
of. I mean, did he
yeah,
take it from the Boris Karloff one at all?
no, not really, not really.
Yeah,
The
that's
Boris Karloff one's like a deeper voice.
that's almost like Jack the Pumpkin King sort of.
Right, right. But that also is cool because the Grinch is played by Boris Karloff, and he was also the narrator. And you got a horror icon, but also you have Anthony Hopkins doing the narrating in this movie, and he's another horror icon, being Hannibal Lecter in Silence of the Lambs. And it's like, oh, that's kind of a cool nod to like keep like a horror
Hmm.
aspect to the Grinch. I guess I don't know. That kind of made sense.
Yeah, I didn't actually make that connection. That is a good one. Yeah, man. Yeah, the narration. It was nice to have him, but I'm just trying to think of a couple little lines about like what Jim Carrey did that just made me laugh so hard. When they're feeding him all of the pudding and stuff, he's like, "This isn't pudding," and he's like, What is that?" Like he made
Well,
me
yeah,
laugh.
you get to think like he's probably like really delirious and tired and sick of being in the yak hair costume that he's just making up shit and going crazy. It sounds like he's kind of just ad-libbing a lot of his stuff.
Yeah, no, it does. It really does. He seems like he's losing his mind.
I mean, one of my favorite lines is when he's like, "Somebody's fabulous," and
Oh
like
yeah.
that's great. But also when they show him like in the sack race, like when he won the award,
Oh yeah.
and like their leg, and it's like dun 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 dun, dun like Chariots of Fire and music's playing,
Yeah.
and it's like he's number one. He's like, "I'm number one. I'm number one."
Yeah.
I can't help but
No,
laugh.
no children can beat the Grinch. It's
Yeah,
like,
it's funny, dude. It's funny.
it is. It's
Like,
funny because it's him. It really
yeah,
is. I can't
yeah.
imagine like another actor doing it and me thinking it's as funny for some reason. But
Benedict Cumberbatch doing the voice in the 2018 animated Grinch.
I didn't even
I didn't even care for it. I'm like,
know.
I'm good with the amount of Grinches I have in my life.
I That came and went so fast in my life. I was like, I didn't even know that came out really. Honestly though, like I think it's a little long. I think we get the
Two
plot,
hours almost
dude. It
for a
dragged.
kids movie.
Yeah, and I'm like, "Listen, I get the plot, like, okay, there's this town that's obsessed with commercialism, and the Grinch is, like, far away, and he doesn't like them, and then tries to ruin Christmas for them, but then he learns about it and teaches them something." Like, that's a cool idea, but it's just so drawn out for so long.
I mean, if you think about the original movie, like the made for TV movie, it's 25 minutes.
Is
It's like
it
it's supposed to
really?
be a short. Yeah, it's not like, dude. It's a short. It's a children's book.
Oh, yeah, you're
It's not
right.
long, and the Boris Karloff one is 25 minutes long.
Yeah.
And you got this movie that just stretches it out.
Dude,
It's like the most stretched out movie I can think of, you
dude, this
know?
this makes The Hobbit look like nothing.
It's like the Hobbit. Well, Hobbit's a long book, you know, and this is crazy. I mean, you got to add like, hey, we need a post office scene, we need an award ceremony, and we need like a long backstory involving an electric razor. Like, we
Yeah,
need all this stuff. It's like, wow, you really had to fill this movie out. It's like it's a quick movie. It's like, hey, he doesn't like Christmas. He tries to steal it, and then he finds the meaning of Christmas. That's the movie.
how long could the book possibly be? What,
I
like
think the
20
book's actually
pages?
like 65
No
pages.
way.
Google it. Google it.
No way, it's 65 pages.
It's
What
got to
the
be up.
fuck?
Yeah, it's up there.
What the fuck? I don't know anything. Okay, so it's 69 pages.
69. Ha ha. Nice.
Okay.
Dr. Seuss.
Oh my
You
god.
got it. Yeah,
Oh my
dude.
so immature. Uh no, but so oh, wow, okay, all right. So that's a lot longer than I thought it was actually. So they were able to condense a 69-page book into a 25-minute short film in the 60s, which was fantastic and classic and everyone loves it. and then they were able to drag this one out to almost 2 hours.
2 hours and a children's movie, dude, in
Yeah.
theaters.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm gonna tell you a couple things real quick about me, just in fairness, and sorry if I sound like a Grinch. I remember when this came out, I really didn't care for it. I
I
really
didn't
didn't like it either.
I didn't like it either when it came out.
I mean, I was a little punk bitch age, I was, how were we, 10, 11 when it
We
was
were
coming
10,
out.
we were 10, yeah.
And I was like, I want to see Little Nicky in theaters. I don't want to see The Grinch. Like, and then this movie, like, it's grown on me a lot. Like, I think the first time I've seen it since like 2000 was like 2010, and I was like, it's pretty good. It's pretty
Right.
good, and it brought back like nostalgia. I was like, oh yeah, I remember when this came out. And then I remember kind of stupid memory, but like in sixth grade or seventh grade, it's like the end of the day, and the class got to vote on a movie to watch, and it was between Shrek and The Grinch. And I was like, we're watching Shrek. Let's watch Shrek. And it was like near Christmas time, and everyone wanted to watch The Grinch. I was like, come on, guys! Like being all asshole Eric I was, and I just wanted to go home and play my PS2 and peace. And instead, I'm in school watching this 2 hour long Christmas kids movie in an uncomfortable desk chair, and I'm just like, get me the hell out of here.
I had a very similar experience with this. I
Really?
remember how we talked about with Elf, I was like, I felt like I was too old for it when it came out,
This movie I felt like Elf I liked more when I was a kid because I thought it was like more adult humor. This feels like this is a kids movie.
but we were 10 when this came out. It is
Right. Yeah, but like seeing it like at 11, I guess, or 12 was really like, I don't want to watch a Grinch.
No, but what does that say about us as, like, kids that
We're little
we
punk bitches, dude.
No,
Like
like,
we're at that age.
I know, I'm just saying that, like, this movie, we are the target demographic for this film, and yet when it came out, we were like, "This is dumb."
I
Like,
think I think younger, a little bit younger, like 8, 7 is probably the target audience, like Cindy Lou Who age.
I guess so, I don't know. Yeah, I thought the same thing that when I was a kid, I was like, "This is dumb, I don't like this," and then all of a sudden, now I'm 30 and I'm like, "You know what? It's better than a lot of crap that's come out since." I don't know.
I mean, like at that age, I was like watching like Gladiator and like more adult movies like that
I
came
know.
out that year. Like honestly, like we were
I
watching
know.
movies we shouldn't be watching, and this was like kid shit to us. But I also remember leading up to the release, even a month or two before it came out, every channel, every Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network, Toonami, TNT, like if it was to go to commercial, you're gonna get an advertisement for the Grinch. You're gonna absolutely like dun 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 dun. Like you're gonna hear the Grinch music, and then like what was the one like dun 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 dun, and it's like the Grinch. And it's like okay, here we go. That commercial just all every minute of the day, dude.
I mean,
Can
it's,
I just watch my Pokemon in peace? Can I just watch my Pokemon in peace?
yeah,
Sorry, I'm being a Grinch about the Grinch. I'm sorry.
no, 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 I like this
Been a
movie,
year. It's 2020 kind of turned me into a Grinch. The
I think
mailman comes and I'm like, just leave it at the doorstep with your COVID stinkiness. Wear a mask when you handle my Amazon packages.
okay, alright.
Sick man. Yeah,
I
that's
guess
2020, turning us all into Grinches.
wow, man, well, I guess we all gotta get our hearts back. I guess that's
Yeah,
the message,
no,
huh?
hopefully. I hope so. Like I'm kind of this season, we're not supposed to be around our family. We're not it's one of those years. So it's like,
Mm.
hopefully things get better. Hopefully things look up.
A couple things about this movie, though, that I don't think could exist today. I mean, the suicide things, I just feel like those aren't people don't talk about suicide in kids' movies anymore.
Yeah, he's like, I don't hang myself if I have to do that. It's like, ooh, that's
No, he's like, "I've gotten so many shitty ties or whatever, I'll hang myself with them, the Christmas ties." Then
yeah.
then the other thing he talks about, which I'm like, I don't think they put that in a movie now, when the cab doesn't stop for him, he's like, "It's because I'm green," where he says that. Imagine a kid's like, "Daddy, I don't get that joke," and he's like, "Okay, so, I have to
Well, how about when he's
explain."
like motorboating the mom too, and
Yeah,
he like falls into her boobs? I'm
yep.
like, really, it doesn't go like now. It's just like fart jokes and stuff like that
Yeah, it's
more
like
than anything.
yeah, he smacks
Oh,
his
the minion farted. Oh,
yeah, no.
the minion has a butt. Like that's about it.
So, yeah, that I was gonna mention the boob thing too. I was just like, cause yeah, it's more like we'd rather not show things that have any sort of innuendo so that the parents don't have to therefore explain to their children, like, racial complexities about cab
Mm-hmm.
drivers and minorities, or, "Oh, he smashed his face into her boobs," and then he made a little joke like, "Hello there, miss," or like whatever, like, we don't wanna have to have you explain that to your kid. So, yeah, it's just gonna be minions farting and stuff that even a kid can understand, and there's no chance they'll question anything. Like, that's where
Yeah,
we're at now. Because we're
yeah.
watching a lot of movies from the early '90s and the late 2000s. I mean, not just in this realm and stuff, and movies had grit, Eric. They used to.
Yeah, well, they used to be fun for the whole family, adult humor with the kids' humor that the kids didn't understand. And then, like, now it's like, hey, please you go to take your kid to the movies, the parents are just on their phone the whole time and just like,
Yes.
please turn off your phones. I know it's a kid movie and it's unbearable with the minion fart jokes, but please put the phone down and spend
Yeah.
time with your child for 5 minutes.
I mean, maybe, yeah, I didn't see the 2018 one out. I mean, I know nothing about
I
it,
don't. I don't either. Yeah.
so I don't know if it's, has that same kind of feel or if it's just like, "No, no, no, this is just straight garbage." I don't know.
Yeah. Who else? I mean, Benedict Cumberbatch. I'm sure he did a good job as the voice of the Grinch. I mean, who else do you see potentially ever playing the Grinch? Like back then, even. I have
Yeah.
two pretty decent ones. You might be like, ooh,
Go for it, I don't know. I haven't thought
Tim
about it.
Curry. If he was healthier, Tim
Yeah.
Curry would be a cool one.
Yeah, he probably would.
He has that smile.
Yeah, he did it in Home Alone too.
And you know how else would be a good one, but like more like adult. Like if they made like an adult version, like Jack Nicholson. Think about that. That'd be kind of cool.
They should do it now with Jack Nicholson.
Oh my god, I would do box office $1 billion.
$1 billion, he's like
$1 billion
85.
box office movie.
He's like, "Max, come on over here."
Alright, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna steal Christmas and then go to a Lakers game.
I'm
That's
in
what we're gonna do.
My heart's 3 times too small. I'm gonna
I
keep
would I would absolutely see that movie.
Yeah, no, I would too, actually. Only if it's now, though. He has to be 85 and fat.
Tim Curry would be fantastic too. I would love to have seen him as the Grinch. I think those two were actually approached to play it, but Jim Carrey, they're just like he's gonna do it. And he also played was it Horton in Horton Hears a Who?
Who did?
And the Jim Carrey, I'm pretty sure he became like
Oh.
Dr. Seuss pretty much a couple
Well,
Dr. Seuss films.
they had that Mike Myers, Cat in the Hat one. I
Ooh,
never saw that.
that one was bad, dude. That one was
Really?
bad. Yeah, that one.
Why?
It has some good moments and good parts, but yeah,
Hmm.
very very forgettable.
There hasn't been an actor like Jim Carrey, like, in a long time who's it's just physical comedy, facial comedy, just everything about him. We don't have another one like that, really.
Persona, like
I mean,
completely giving
yeah.
animated to it.
I think, like, Bill Hader can do a really good, like, impressions and stuff like that, but he still kinda maintains that, like, straight man quality about him, like,
He's
he's just
pretty stoic. He can be pretty stoic.
Yeah, I mean, he can do character like, Fred Armisen too, but they don't have that strange attraction that Jim Carrey has.
Yeah, they have more of like a not
Ex
as animated, but more like looking past your soul kind of like look to them. Like their stare is pretty hilarious.
Yeah, yeah, Jim Carrey's much more animated, and I don't know. Yeah, I really can't think of anybody that I think would've been really that great aside from him. I don't
Yeah,
know.
he was a perfect role, perfect fit.
Yeah.
Um,
Goofy, animated, just physicality, everything like that. The dog too, the dog was a great stage dog, dude.
Kelly was the dog. It was a female dog.
Oh, really?
It wasn't a Max. Max is a
Meow.
boy's name, and Kelly. Apparently, that dog lived to be pretty old too. I looked it up. He was in, or she was in another film in like 2010 or 11. I'm like, wow,
That was a
good for
very
good for Max.
well-behaved dog. I'm trying to think of a few of the other actors. I looked up Cindy Lou Who, what she's up to now.
Yeah, Taylor Momsen.
Dude,
Yeah.
she's like a goth,
Oh
like,
yeah,
rocker.
she's the lead singer of the Pretty Reckless.
Alright, so she
She
took a big
she's a
turn.
she went to like punk rock, heavy metal, and went from like "Where are you, Christmas?" to "You make me wanna die." That's actually one of their song titles.
Oh, okay.
You make me wanna
So
die.
so she got yeah,
She
she got
really wanted to shed the Cindy Lou Who image.
yeah, she got
She
cynical,
succeeded.
yeah, and that very quickly. And then Jeffrey Tambor, obviously he is no longer, acting really.
Yeah, yeah.
Hell of a voice though. They did a great job with the makeup too. I didn't even recognize him.
Yeah, and then there was the young Grinch or the
Yeah.
8-year-old Grinch.
Who's that?
Yeah, that is Josh Ryan Evans. He played 8-year-old Grinch. And he was about 18 when he played it. He has a form of dwarfism, but he passed away in 2002 from complications. He was in Baby Geniuses, and I don't know if you remember that soap opera Passions.
No.
No, but he was pretty good, pretty good
Yeah,
actor.
yeah, I really I'm not saying I enjoyed the little kid scene. I liked it, but the whole time I was like, Why? Who is the Grinch still? We don't really even get this." Like,
It's
and
it's kind of a watered down backstory. It's like not that good.
no, what the hell happened in that? First of all, wait, maybe you can explain this because I'm a moron, but what is the Grinch? What is he?
He's a who.
Yeah, but like, why is he green and all mean?
The stork dropped him off. He's He's a unique who, a hairy who. I don't know.
No,
I don't
that's
know.
horseshit. That's horseshit. I want a real explanation. They're like, he was dropped off like everybody else, but he was born mean and looked different than everybody. Like,
Yeah,
okay.
that's it. Sour part of the snowflake. I don't know.
And then his moms or whatever were very nice to him, and he's just like, oh, they're still alive. It's like, what did they do to you? It wasn't their fault.
It doesn't like add up, and like he wasn't born a Grinch, he was made into one. No, but he was born a
He
Grinch.
was
It's like,
born a
wait a minute.
Grinch. He
Yeah, so it's
was.
like it doesn't really like follow the yeah,
And the other
that.
thing is, Jeffrey Tambor's character is the only one that was really mean to him, and he's like, I hate
Can
everyone
can
who's ever lived in this town now.
can we talk about that gift the mayor gives him at the award ceremony, the electric razor?
Yeah, that's
That's a
intentional.
really deep cut, like secretly messed up when you think about it.
Yeah, it's
It's
like
like
you remember that shit, dude? What's
it
wrong with
well,
you?
hold on. It's like bullying. It's been like 30 years since that, and he remembers. And not only that, but he remembers the brand and color of the razor.
Yeah.
Probably had to find it on the Whoville eBay site since they don't make that type of razor anymore. Packaged it and gave it to him like after all this happiness. Like, oh, you just had a great day. Here's this to ruin it. Like,
Yeah.
bro, that
Dude,
mayor, that is like next level bully shit.
this a couple things, yeah, to add off of that. This is way, way longer than 30 years because Jeffrey
Really?
Tambor
Yeah, dude, that's insane.
dude, Jeffrey Tambor's character's gotta be like 50. So this is probably like 40 plus years ago, okay? He remembers this. Why aren't those two married? Why isn't the mayor and that Mary whatever lady with the really good Christmas lights? What happened to their relationship for 40 years? They were like, okay, so the Grinch leaves, they never ended up getting together. He proposes to her 40 fucking years later. The Grinch is still resentful. The mayor's still resentful. He's the mayor. It's like, are you that petty?
Yeah, it sounds like he's the real Grinch,
He's
honestly.
the real and then he says to Lady Sue Who or whatever, he's like, "Look at you, you haven't even grown into your nose." How
Lindy Sue, who would you
or what's her name? Cindy Lou
Cindy
Who.
Lou Who.
Yeah, so remember at the end though, he's just like, "Look at you, a little girl who hasn't even grown into her nose." And I'm like, is no one gonna be like, "Yo, that's kinda fucked."
Cancel this guy. This
Yeah.
mayor sucks.
Cancel this guy. Hashtag. Seriously, like the dad, everyone's just standing there like as the mayor berates a child. Like, okay. Anyways, this is a
No, we can go into that all night. But like, yeah, like you said, like real messed up stuff that like would traumatize people. And he's already a Grinch, and now you're just really putting fuel to the fire.
and he's trying. The Grinch is trying. He's like, you know what? I'm gonna go down there and just see them, whatever. And then the mayor's like, nah, I'm gonna kick you when you're down again. So yeah,
Yeah.
fuck that mayor.
Yeah, fuck that mayor. Yeah. One other thing I want to say that I like that they added, at least I don't know, I haven't read the book in a while or seen the 25-minute 60s cartoon, but I like how the Grinch has like super strength. That adds to like his character. I like that, like, oh, how is he able to steal the presents? It's because he's super strong.
Yeah,
And like he can also like when Cindy Lou Who is like going down the hill and he like pulls the sleigh back from falling off the cliff. I like that, like they added like he's super duper strong.
yeah,
Like, that's kinda
sure.
cool.
Well, he does like the little Hulk thing too, where he goes to rip his t-shirt and he rips it apart.
Yeah, and you see, like, the 8-year-old Grinch kid throw the Christmas tree, and, like, the merry lady's like, "The muscles." Like, I always I kinda like that he's, like, a super strong person.
Yeah, no,
It's
that is fun.
a nice, cool touch in my mind.
Yeah, that's funny that they mention the muscles too. It's just like that's all I care about is like physicality of his strength. And then they have the other scene in the beginning when the teenagers go to bug the Grinch for the first time. The girls are like, "Go do it, Johnny! Like touch the door!" Like all this stuff. I'm like, people are fucking dumb. People are
"You're
so dumb.
scared of the Grinch. You're scared of the
But
Grinch."
seriously, let's
Like,
just walk through that really quick. Those teenage girls are basically like stoking those guys to go do something dangerous, okay? And the guys are like, if I do it, she'll probably kiss me or do something later. So in their minds, they're
dude,
like, I'm being rewarded for doing stupid, dangerous things. It's such like a primal stupidity of fucking humans. Like to
yeah,
think about that. It's like the
yeah.
girl's like, I want to see something dangerous happen. The guy's like, if I do something stupid,
Peer
dangerous, she'll like
pressure.
me.
Peer
Seriously,
pressure.
it's peer pressure, but it's also like sexual peer pressure.
Yeah. I have a rule. My rule, like, my whole life I've lived by it. Like, peer pressure, just give into it. It's the best decision you'll ever make. I
With
tell
peer
all the
pressure.
young kids that. I'm like, hey, peer pressure, and like drugs, all that stuff, just do it. It's the best decision you'll ever make.
Yeah, no.
uh,
That's my thing.
yeah,
So it's like, why do you need to be a dick? If somebody's like, "Hey man, you want to smoke weed?" It's just like, not really. It's like, okay, that's fine. I'll just do it by myself then. Like, why
yeah,
isn't that just the way it works?
yeah.
I don't know.
I would love to see a statistics like people that graduated Dare, like who actually is still like not.
You know it's 0.
It's like 0%. Oh god.
It is.
It's like
Grinch, though, his eyes look like he's been drinking for fucking 50 years.
yeah. A lot of it is CGI, but I guess when they first started out, they put the contact lenses into Jim Carrey. Oof.
That's jaundice 101 right there.
Oh yeah, the yellow eyes. I like it. I like it though. I heard Jim Carrey said in an interview the only thing to help him through like the 3-hour makeup process was, do you know what it was?
Drugs?
He says this. He says
Weed?
the Bee Gees.
Oh.
He said he listened to a lot of the Bee Gees.
Any?
I love it. I love it.
Any reason for that?
Just listening to the Bee Gees.
Okay.
Like getting contact lenses put into Massachusetts. It's like, yeah, I'm going back to Massachusetts. It's like, ow, ow.
Yeah.
And the lights are down in my ow. Like,
yeah. No, that sounds awful. That sounds really.
no, but I think that's funny. Like, what got you through like the torturous the Bee Gees? Like, what? Jim Carrey's messed up, dude. He's funny in that way, dude. He's so funny though.
Dude, Jim Carrey, yeah. I don't even know, man. He seems like a pretty sad guy. It sucks.
Yeah, I had a guy teach me CIA torture techniques, and I also listened to the Bee Gees. It's like, Jesus, dude, you got something going on.
Yeah, well, yeah, no, seriously, yeah, he's an interesting guy. Definitely somebody that I think they're gonna look back on in like 50 years and be like, that Jim Carrey.
Well, the Kaufman thing in general is like a pretty much just it in a nutshell. If you watch that stuff.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I love Jim Carrey.
Oh, me too. It's impossible not to like him. Yeah. Oh, one thing that I actually had seen not years ago on a YouTube channel recently. So you know when he goes to pull the cloth or whatever off the table and all of the stuff like stays on it? You know, you remember that scene where he's going?
Yeah, I read this too. Keep going.
So that was not supposed to happen. It was actually he was supposed to rip that, and all of the things were supposed to fall off.
Yeah, but he nailed it.
I know. It's like he nailed something that's so hard to nail, and he did it by accident. And then he goes up and knocks them all down. That was like all improv. And I was like, I bet Ron Howard was just.
Well, he probably walked off the set, and like he's like, you know what? They're gonna have to reset it up anyway. So he just like,
dude,
did what the Grinch would do. It's genius.
I know. I bet Ron Howard literally was like that. That is the movie. That scene. I
read something funny too, where Ron Howard, to like make Jim Carrey feel better, he got in the costume. Ron Howard. And like one day showed up to direct in that, and Jim Carrey came on set with the stuff, and he immediately started yelling, "This stunt double doesn't look anything like me." And like Ron Howard's like, "Jim, like I'm trying to make you feel better, like by like directing and showing you like I can suffer with you." Like
right.
He quit. He quit apparently too, Jim Carrey. Like he was totally walked off set, and like they had to like, all right, everybody go home. Like we're gonna get Jim back. Like,
well, there's that one scene where Jim Carrey pretends where the Grinch pretends he's the director. And he's like yelling and all that stuff, and
yeah, he's making fun of Ron Howard.
I know, I know. It's so obvious. He puts a hat on too, like Ron Howard wears that hat.
Yeah, we're gonna keep it in there. We're gonna keep it in.
Yeah, I actually like that. Was a pretty funny scene where he's just like, and action. He hits the nose off. It's like brilliant. He's like, you're fighting consumerism. You deny it. Like it's just that was pretty good.
Yeah, dude, it's really breaking the fourth wall there for sure. Like on set of the Grinch.
Yeah, this is a fun movie. This is a good movie.
Little long.
Too long.
Very. That's the only. If it was an hour and a half, perfect.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Well. 1 out of 10 snowflakes. What do you give it?
7.9.
I was gonna say 8.
You're gonna say a solid 8, just 8, no decimal.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Come on, rookie
8,
scores, dude.
No, 8. It's a low 8. It's a very low 8.
All right. Okay. Like 8.1-ish. 8. Okay.
It's 8 or
8. Okay, fine. Around 8.
If you need 8.1 to make you feel better, I'll give it an 8.1.
Okay, no, that's good. That's good. It's better. Like it.
All right.
Repeating, of course.
Yeah, of course. Yes, it's like pie. And what do you say you spin the wheel, Eric?
All right, let's do it. Spin the wheel, Max.
Intruder alert. Yeah, I like that. It says intruder on the sign. It's like you're the only one in there. When you built it, you know that means.
I know. It's spinning. Oh yes, Just Friends, dude. Just Friends. Cannot wait to talk about this one.
We got Matt Vanover as our guest for that one.
Oh, fantastic, Jamie! I can't wait.
This is
that one's gonna be good to just rifle off the whole movie.
All right, I'm gonna give Matt a call, and cool. We will see everybody tomorrow for Just Friends.
Hell yeah.